Hey gang, this is going to be my vlog for February of 2017, and a couple things I just want to talk to you about a little bit. I'm making progress on the Mustang, the 68, and I just finished putting in a new gas tank. So I did a video on that. I know it's not that complicated, but I thought I'd share it, and I'm working on finishing up the editing on that right now. As I was doing that, I had also run into a situation where it was pretty minor, but when I first fired this up, I didn't have the power steering hooked up, and so because I had my fuel line set up in a 1 gallon jug up here. And I just want to point this out because I did a video on using this Borgeson power steering setup and then modifying the bracket so I could use the AC setup from the Vintage Air. And luckily I caught it. I realized previously there's a couple set of holes here, and this hole, if you use it in this location up here, it puts the power steering pump higher, and it'll make the belt hit the bottom of the AC compressor. And so thankfully I found it before, because I tried to put the belt on, but I was able to take this apart, move that down, and take care of that. So everything's working smooth on this. Fuel pump, fuel tank, all that stuff is working. I got the transmission topped off. I got the vacuum line hooked up for the transmission. And I wanted to point this out. This is kind of important because I hate electrical. I hate it because there are too many variables that can go wrong, and something can be a brand new component and fail, and you think you did something wrong, and it ends up being the component. And I want to make a point of this. This solenoid is from Napa, and I think it says Eklund on it. That solenoid cost me $29. Now, the reason I want to point this out is I had another brand, I think it was BWD or something, that I bought at Advance. And I buy lots of parts at Advance, and I've had really good luck with it. But that solenoid was bad. And what it was doing, it was trying to start the car without me using the key, for one. And two, if I shut it off, once I did get it running, then it was trying to keep the starter running. So basically, the solenoid was junk out of the box. And you could hit it with a screwdriver, an old trick, and make it stop, but guess what? I'm not going to do that. So anyway, I took it back to Advance. I think it's cost $20 from them. I went to Napa, and I got a good one with a lifetime warranty. Just saying. I hate electrical because I don't want to have something go wrong and burn up a car or whatever. So, along with that, I want to talk about something else. I recently posted my YouTube channel on a forum on Facebook. And just, I got responses from people. And, there was a statement on there in that forum about somebody who is losing interest in his car or losing motivation. And this isn't uncommon. Even for me, I lose motivation from time to time, and I have to move from something to something. I might get bored with the Mustang, so I got to go do something else, work on my Buick or work on a customer car or build something. But I keep myself motivated by moving along. Now, part of that problem is we end up having stuff. And recently, I decided to go through some of my stuff and get rid of a toolbox. Because really the toolbox, and I'll show you this, I've had this toolbox in my garage for 20 years. And this is an old airline mechanics toolbox. And it was common for those in the industry, or us in the industry, to buy a toolbox and add on a side panel and put storage in it. This thing has, storage bins up top, and then it's got storage bins down at the bottom. And this was all homemade. This was made by a Pan Am mechanic. He was actually a welder. And when he retired, I bought this from him, and I've been using it ever since. But what I found was it was just accumulating stuff, and I couldn't even get into it like I wanted to. So I decided, Harbor Freight had this on sale, this nice top and bottom box. and I decided, you know what, I'm done with this thing, and so I'm going to take everything out of it. I'm going to sell it. But ultimately, it was just full of stuff. I mean, granted, I've got way too many sockets and screwdrivers and wrenches and all that sort of thing, which we all do. In fact, I've got this is all extra. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. There's extras. Okay, this is full of extra sockets and junk. But my point is, sometimes we get overburdened by all the junk. And I'm trying. I try to keep my shop as organized as I can. I've seen people comment, hey, it looks like my shop. It's got junk all over the place. And it does. I mean, it really does. And it's hard. Sometimes that is a stumbling block. You know, just having stuff. So, as a thought, try to get rid of some stuff. You know, clean up an area and organize it so that you have at least some idea what you have and you're able to access it and get to work on your project. Now, another thing, I had a YouTube follower, contact me about some stuff. And in fact, it was a piece of metal that he needed for his 66 Fastback. And so we got together. He lives in Georgia. And we got together, and he decided he wanted to buy this part off of me. So rather than cut it up and make patches out of it, I thought I'd sell it to him and let him benefit from it. So it was a father and son that showed up today, Jason and his son Cameron. And now it was really cool because we got to talk about cars. I got to show him around the shop a little bit, and we got to talk about what he's doing in a projects he's working on. He's got a 67 he's working on. He's got a couple of 66 Fastbacks, and show me some pictures and all that stuff. And I think it's really cool to be able to talk to people and see what they're doing. So as we went along, I got to see how his son was interested in cars. And his son is soon to be 15. And here they are building these projects or working on these cars together, which I think is just awesome. That meant more to me probably than anything else is, you know, having that conversation and realizing that they're able to do some father and son stuff. But to see his son show some serious excitement about the cars and be able to talk about what they're doing, I just thought that was incredible. There's not a lot of young people, let's say, who are interested in that sort of thing. And I hope it's a passion for him. I hope it continues. And I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, what they put together. I know they have a lot of work ahead of them from the pictures that I saw, but that's not uncommon. We all have lots to do. And, you know, you've seen the stuff I do, and there's always more. So anyway, you know, I want people to stay motivated. If you have to clean up your shop and get rid of stuff so it's not cumbersome and bothering you, do it. If you need to take a break and work on something else, do it. You know, the only timeline you're on is yours. And, you know, do what you have to do to keep motivated and keep going. Anyway, bunch of rambling, but I think that's it. So, once again, thanks for watching.